one of the things I learned through my investigations is that you have a clause in your contract, and you don't have to you confirm or deny this. I'm not going to ask you to. But what I discovered is that you have a clause in your contract which allows you to leave for I found out 60 million, and you chose not to leave Manchester United. You got a very, very, very large financial offer. I mean, I've seen some of the numbers that are reported, up to 200 million to leave Manchester United, and you chose not to leave. You could have rode off into the sunset. Frankly, I think the way you were playing, you could have gone to almost any club in the world. You could have got paid more and probably would have had a more certain guarantee of winning silverware. And for some reason, you chose to stay. When that offer came in, reportedly from the Middle East, the big offer that we're hearing, for a contract that was worth reportedly 200 million, why didn't you go?
I said it before. I haven't fulfilled my dreams here, at this club.
Was that a conversation you had with your wife?
Yeah, also.
What was that conversation? She seems to be there all the time when you make these big decisions.
Oh, of course. She's the one, probably. I never make a decision by myself because obviously moving around nowadays with two kids has a lot to say, obviously. And more than, I don't know, become most richest person in my hometown, I want to live my dreams and pass through the values to my kids that they need to have. And my family is always going to be the number one priority in everything I do, because they followed my dream. My wife, obviously, I know on the other side it looks great life, obviously a lot of money, a lot of good things, but she chose to live my dream with me, and that says a lot about her, because let's say that when she chose to do that, I was 17 years old, going to a club with 1 point, like, let's say, how you say, 1,500, you say?
1,500.
Yes. A month in Italy. A lot of uncertainty, let's say. She had her own life. She had her own dreams. And obviously she said, like, I'm going to help you. And that's what she did since day one until now. So she always has a say on everything I do.
And you've been with her since she was 16. You're 16?
Yeah, 16. She was 16. Now I was about to be 17. So more or less that. And then after that we have constructed a beautiful family.
2 beautiful kids.
Yeah.
And so on that day when you get a big offer to leave Manchester United, she's the first person you speak to?
Of course. As always. I spoke, obviously, first my agent, because he speaks with me about the offer, but then the first thing I did was call her. And I was in, I think it was Hong Kong that we were. We went on the post-season tour. And the timing was not the best to talk with her because of the time difference and everything. But she was there again. And what the words she said was like, have you achieved everything you wanted to achieve in your career? Is this the next step you want to give for your future and for your career? Like, because obviously this is the league I want to be. This is the best league in the world. This is where I'm going to enjoy my football as I'm not going to enjoy it in any other place. So we still have dreams to fulfill.
Why does that make you emotional?
I don't know. Talking about family, it's tough. Just because in the football career you go through a lot ups and downs and a lot of difficult moments. And let's say the ones that suffered most are them, because they see your good moments, your bad moments, your good things, your bad things. your good side, your bad side also. But they always stand by you. So that's the most important thing you can have in life.
She's always been there.
Yeah.
She looks like my fiance a little bit. She's Portuguese.
Portuguese girl.
So, yeah. Very down to earth, I hear.
Yeah, she's the one that pushed me down to earth also when I'm probably getting too much or feeling too big. She's always also very, very tough on me to make me understand that's all the things to improve. It's my, let's say, she's the second version of my dad. Probably that's why I chose her and she chose me in a certain way.
Does she know this? Does she know? Have you been able to tell her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not. She's gonna. I can't say the word. What she's gonna say after she sees this and sees me crying. She's gonna say I'm very soft. I won't say the word exactly, but let's say I'm the affection one. You know, the one that likes hugs, that likes. She's more. I don't know. She. I think she's. Through her life, she had many things going on, and she built this thing around her that she doesn't need. Let's say she doesn't need much love or whatsoever. But is there many moments where I know she needs, I know she feels it, I know she kind of like she's just like she's not good at saying what she feels, and I'm more open. I show more my emotions. I show more if I care, if I don't care, if I suffer, if I don't suffer. She kind of closes it a little bit for herself. But she's a very strong woman, to be honest.
I know you have 2 beautiful kids together.
Yeah, we have a beautiful girl. That was the first one. At the time we were in Italy, and then it came little Gonzalo when we were in England. So one, let's say that she's always saying that she's half Italian, and one that basically looks like British, is white, blonde, and one half English, let's say, and then 2 full Portuguese people.
I didn't realize your celebration where you cover your ears is for your daughter.
Yeah.
She covers her ears, right?
Yeah, she used to do it when she was younger. She's too old for that now. She's a little Anna now. Very, very strong-minded, very strong attitude. She has a lot from me in the terms of being very strong and very. She's like she can take care of herself very well. Is exactly like her mom.
Well, I wanted to say thank you. I'm a Man United fan, and hearing that you have gone through this very tumultuous period with the club where you could have gone, where you've had many offers from many people to go and do something else. And you've had offers where people offered you even more money. And for whatever reason, and I now understand because I've understood your values that your parents instilled in you, you chose to stay and to stick with us as a club and as a fan base. So on behalf of myself and all of my friends that are Man United fans and the Manchester United fan base, I just wanted to say a huge thank you. Loyalty is increasingly rare these days in football because people are often thinking about other things. So as a Man United fan, thank you so much. By doing that, you've also taught me something as a man. You've also taught me what loyalty is and how you treat other people. And you've taught me a lesson about responsibility in my businesses, in my relationships, and in my life. And I think this is a really important lesson because there are so many young men that look up to you. And what you've said through the good and the bad times is that you keep on going. You keep on going. You keep on fighting. You don't give up. You don't quit. And it's so great that the captain of the biggest club on earth has those values and puts those values before other things that might tempt someone with less integrity. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you. And I also am passing that on from many of your teammates who are very, very, very glad that you stayed.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. It's very kind words from you.
And I hope you stay even longer because I think we're coming into an interesting period of Manchester United where I think we have a lot of the sort of foundations in place now to carry on.
That's what I hope so. And I think that's not the club, but everything in general, the fans and everyone, I think really really deserve to be back to the glory days.
Things have changed. I mean, Ineos are here now. I know I know quite a lot of the guys at Ineos. I was away in the tour with a couple of them during the American preseason tour, and one of the things they said to me is that when they arrived in the club, there wasn't structure. A couple of them had said to me there just wasn't, and it's so rare that you have this huge gap between the manager and the ownership, or the players and the ownership. That usually in clubs there's structure. I think from what I've heard from players, they've put that structure in place now. How has it changed with Ineos' arrival?
No, I think was first of all was important because, as you said, not that we didn't have a structure, but it was very difficult for players to understand where they had to go to talk in certain situations that we were not very clear we should talk with. Mm-hmm. And now I think it's very clear that you have Jason, that then you have Omar, and then you have Sir Jim. I'm very aware that now the structure that we have is a good foundation and a good base for us to understand where and which places we need to go if we need something as a club or as a players.
Has it improved?
We started a process with Ruben, where we thought that would be a process of 3-4 years. That was the plan of the club. Then we know there was a break in a relationship there between the manager and the club, and they had to change, unfortunately. And now today they have announced that they want to go in a direction with Michael, and hopefully for me, I hope that it stays stable, because the main thing the club needs is stability in terms of managing. Because if you really believe that Michael is the guy and you took him to the job, I think you have to give him the foundations he needs to build what he thinks he needs for a successful team. At the same time, I think you brought someone in that knows what are the values of the club. And I think that's the main thing and the most important thing, that the club brings people in that know the values and know what's needed and have a great character to be at this club.
And Michael's the guy?
Yeah, because as I said, I think he's the one that knows the club better than any player that here. He's been probably more time at the club. I've been with him as a manager, assistant manager, and then manager. The way he behaves, he shows that he has the character to be the manager of Man United, and I think that's very important to have someone that in the full process will know always where he wants to go, where he wants to be, and how much he wants this club to succeed.
You said to me earlier that since Michael Carrick has joined, Man United have won more points than any club in the Premier League, and that's statistically accurate. For this to continue on and to continue going forward, obviously the summer is going to be really, really important. And I was talking to a few of the other players about this as well, like Diego. What needs to happen this summer, in your opinion, for Manchester United to continue to move up and potentially even fight for the title?
We need recruitment. Is obviously we know like obviously we losing Casemiro. There is a pivotal thing that we had, so we're gonna need a player to replace him. Either is a player that is already in the house, either is a player that's coming. We need to reinforce the team to become stronger as a team. Not we need the best player in the world, this or that. No, we need players that want to come to United to understand that we through a process that we want to win the league, but it might not happen. But this is the way we want to go to become the successful club that we were before. So I think the recruitment has to be the right one. We need to bring the right people in again, as we did last summer. I think in that Ruben was great in the choices he made to bring the players he did to the club, because he brought good characters, good players, and good professionals also. And I think that's very important for the next one.
Bruno, we have a closing tradition on this podcast where the last guest leaves a question for the next guest, not knowing who they're leaving the question for. And the question that's been left for you is, if we sat here in 5 years' time and the 5 years that had just passed were a huge success, what would have had to have happened?
Huge success. Let's say that I've won the Premier League. I've won the Champions League with the club, and we've brought the club back to the place he has to be in terms of club. Obviously, in 5 years' time, I would like to be able to touch one of the gold ones too with my national team. Of course, let's say that's my biggest goal in terms of career.
The World Cup.
Probably the World Cup. I would say, because winning the Premier League and the Champions League with this club will be amazing, but representing my nation will be always the biggest achievement I have in my career, because not many players get to do that, like representing this is when you represent your people, when you represent your parents, your brother, sister, wife, kids. This is you represent that small nation in size, but big in quality and big in love and fearless country that has conquered the world many times in different ways, and do it in a football way will be a great achievement for us.
Irrespective of what happens here, and I very much believe that Manchester United has now the potential to go and challenge for these trophies here because of all the hard work that has been put in by many people in this club, but also because of your loyalty. Irrespective of what happens, you're going to be a cult hero at this club forever. Not irrespective of this stuff, because I think you've done something which is even harder and even more rare in the modern world, which is you've shown tremendous loyalty, unbelievable character, you've shown humanity, and you've set an example for the club when we were at our weakest, when we needed someone to do that the most. It's all well and good doing it when everything's great. It's all well and good, but being that committed and that loyal and setting that much of an example and continuing to run on the pitch, but also to be an exceptional human off the pitch when times are hard, I think says even more about a man. So again, on behalf of all the Man United fans, a huge, huge thank you. And please sign the contract.
When he's in the table.
If you love the Diary of a CEO brand and you watch this channel, please do me a huge favor. Become part of the 15% of the viewers on this channel that have hit the subscribe button. It helps us tremendously, and the bigger the channel gets, the bigger the guests.